Welcome to our channel where we explore the power and history of prayer. It's a virtual place dedicated to those who seek solace, inspiration and guidance in words uttered in moments of solemnity and surrender. Through the ages, mankind has reached out to the unknown, the divine, the heavenly, with a string of words, a plea, an invocation. And it is these tokens of faith, these fragments of belief, that we strive to understand and cherish here. Today we embark upon a special journey, a journey filled with revelations and insight, a journey that carries us across the boundaries of time into the heart of the rituals we hold dear. We set our focus on late morning prayers, a practice so common yet so profound in its implications. It's a time when the day is still young, the world is still stirring, and the human heart is at its purest. This moment, this slice of time, is rich with a spiritual significance that we often overlook in our rush to contend with the demands of life. But precisely in those quiet hours, in the solitude of the late morning, blossoms a connection that binds us to the divine. It's a bridge of words and faith, a bridge that we cross with every syllable, every whisper of prayer. Late morning prayers, they are more than mere words. They are whispers of the heart, they are yearnings of the soul, they are outreaches of belief that echo across universe. They are the silent dialogues we hold with the divine, the private conversations that take place in the quiet sanctuaries of our being. Imagine then the power of these prayers, the strength they hold, the miracles they can manifest. Imagine the peace they bring, the comfort they provide, the solace they offer. Far from ordinary, these prayers are transformative, they are enlightening, they are empowering. And it is this magic, this miraculous energy that we seek to tap into today. As we move forward, we will delve deep into the nuances of late morning prayers. We will their history, their evolution, and their role in shaping human lives and societies. We will explore the various forms they take across cultures, the common threads they weave, the unique interpretations they inspire. We will also share practical applications, ways to incorporate these prayers into your daily routine. Because we believe that spirituality is not just for the secluded corners of a monastery, it's an integral part of our everyday lives. It's a source of strength, of hope, a compass for our moral and ethical journey. And if it's more enriching content like this that you yearn for, if it's more enlightenment, more insight, more wisdom that you seek, then don't forget to subscribe. Join us, be part of our journey, contribute to our exploration, and together we can uncover the mysteries of faith, the power of prayer. Now let's delve into the miraculous world of late morning prayers. Do you know why late morning prayers hold a significant place in Christian history? This query is not just rhetoric, it's an invitation to embark on a sacred journey. A journey through time, faith and tradition that begins in the early centuries of Christianity, an era that was emblematic by fervent faith and profound devotion. In those days, prayer was more than just a ritual. It was an integral part of daily life, woven into the very fabric of existence. It was through these prayers that believers found comfort, drew strength and sought guidance. Among these prayers, one found a unique place in the hearts of believers, the late morning prayers. A practice that has not only persisted but also thrived over the centuries, continuing to hold relevance in today's day and age. Late morning prayer, also known as the terce, is the third liturgical hour of the day in the practice of Christianity, particularly within monastic communities. It was a tradition that was deeply rooted in the Jewish faith, the faith from which Christianity sprouted. The third hour of daylight was considered sacred and was designated for prayer. This practice was adopted by the early Christians as a means to sanctify the day, as a way to draw closer to the divine. There's a biblical testament to this. In the Acts of the Apostles, it is documented that the disciples were gathered for prayer at the third hour during the holy event of Pentecost. The hour the Holy Spirit descended upon them, marking a monumental moment in Christian history. This occurrence reinforced the significance of late morning prayer, forever etching it as a cherished part of Christian devotion. As Christianity began to spread across continents and seep into diverse cultures, the practice of late morning prayer adapted and evolved. It took the form of the culture it was introduced to, adapting to its nuances, and yet at its core it remained the same, a sacred time to connect with the divine. In the arid deserts of Egypt, the early hermits, fondly known as the Desert Fathers and Mothers, embraced this prayer time with great zeal. To them, it was a moment of spiritual rejuvenation, a pause in their strenuous day to reconnect with God. It was an oasis in the desert, a vital source of spiritual sustenance that nurtured their faith and strengthened their resolve. In contrast, the monastic communities of medieval retained a more structured approach to the tradition of late morning prayer. It was meticulously observed, carved in stone as an unwavering part of their daily routine. Monks and nuns would take a break from their work in the fields or scriptoriums to gather in the chapel, their voices harmonizing in prayer and song. This was more than just a ritual to them. It was their spiritual compass guiding them through the day. The 16th century Protestant Reformation brought about significant changes in the practice of prayer. Many Protestant churches moved away from the rigid structure of liturgical hours, focusing instead on personal prayer and Bible reading. Yet the spirit of late morning prayer persevered. It transitioned into a quiet, personal devotion, a mid-morning pause to seek divine guidance and strength. Even in modern times, late morning prayer has found a home in diverse Christian traditions. In the hustle and bustle of our fast-paced world, it offers a moment of tranquility, a spiritual oasis where we can pause, reflect, and connect with the divine. It has transcended the barriers of time and space, from the ancient monastic chants to the silent prayers whispered in the quiet of our hearts. Late morning prayer continues to be a beacon of light in the Christian journey. It has weathered the storms of history, adapting and thriving amidst change and challenge. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of prayer, the timeless longing of the human heart to reach out to the divine. So, the next time you find yourself with a few spare moments in the late morning, consider offering a prayer. You'll be joining a centuries-old tradition, connecting with believers past and present, and drawing closer to the divine in the process. The rich history of late morning prayers sets the stage for its spiritual significance. The late morning prayer is not just a routine, it's a spiritual journey. This is a statement that holds immense depth and power, reflecting the profound truth that resonates within the heart of every believer. The practice of late morning prayer goes beyond the realm of routine chores or everyday activities. It is an act of intentional spiritual communion, a conscious decision to take a step back from the world's constant motion and retreat into a sacred space where the divine meets the human. This sacred meeting between the human and the divine during late morning prayer is an integral part of the spiritual journey. It serves as a bridge, a connection, a lifeline that allows us to access the divine and experience its transformative power. This connection is not just about talking to an abstract entity in the form of prayer. It is about engaging in a dialogue, a conversation, an intimate exchange with a loving God who knows us better than we know ourselves and cares for us with an intensity that we can barely fathom. One of the many facets of the spiritual significance of late morning prayer is the unique energy it holds. This is the time of day when the freshness and tranquility of the early morning begins to ebb, gradually transitioning into the fullness and vibrancy of the day. The calmness of the late morning is a perfect stage set by nature for reflection and introspection, and a wonderful opportunity to connect with the divine. David, a man known to be after God's own heart, often sought the Lord in the morning. His experiences, as recorded in the book of Psalms, resonate with the spiritual significance of dedicating the first hours of the day to God. He says, "Early will I seek thee." David knew that seeking God in the morning laid the foundation for the rest of his day, equipping him with spiritual resources to tackle whatever challenges came his way. However, the late morning prayer carries its own unique significance. It serves as a gentle reminder that it's never too late to connect with the divine, regardless of whether we missed our early morning prayer or simply desire to renew our connection with God. The late morning prayer also serves as an anchor for our spiritual journey. It helps us remain centered and focused on God's will as we navigate through the rest of our day. It's a powerful reminder of our spiritual identity as God's beloved children who are called to live out His love and grace in the world. Moreover, the practice of late morning prayer fosters a sense of gratitude. As we reflect on the events of the morning and recognize God's faithfulness in guiding our steps and providing for our needs, we are compelled to express our thanks. This sense of gratitude not only enriches our spiritual lives, but also strengthens our relationship with God. Late morning prayer also has the power to shape our perspective. As we bring our concerns, dreams, and fears before God, we begin to see things from His viewpoint. We realize that our problems, no matter how big they seem, are insignificant in the hands of an omnipotent God. This shift in perspective encourages us to trust in God's sovereignty and rest in His peace. This period of prayer is also a time for spiritual growth. It's an opportunity to listen, learn, and be shaped by the Word of God. As we meditate on Scriptures and seek God's wisdom, we are transformed from within. We gradually become more like Christ, reflecting His love, grace, and truth in our thoughts, words, and deeds. Finally, the spiritual significance of late morning prayer extends beyond the individual. It impacts our relationships, our communities, and our world. As we pray for others, we participate in God's work of healing, reconciliation, and restoration. We become conduits of God's love, bringing hope and light into the dark corners of our world. In conclusion, the late morning prayer is not a mere ritual. It's a spiritually significant practice that fosters a deep connection with the divine. It shapes our identity, cultivates gratitude, transforms our perspective, promotes spiritual growth, and empowers us to participate in God's mission in the world. Knowing its spiritual significance, one might wonder, how can we incorporate this into our daily lives? Incorporating late morning prayer into our daily lives can be a transformative experience. It's an opportunity to pause, reflect, and connect with the divine, a chance to step away from the hustle and bustle of our busy lives and immerse ourselves in a profound silence that heals and rejuvenates. But many of us might wonder how exactly we can achieve this. How can we seamlessly integrate this spiritual practice into the fabric of our fast-paced modern lives? The first step is to foster an understanding that prayer is not a rigid task. It's a conversation with God, a dialogue with the divine, an exchange of thoughts, feelings, and desires. It's a communication channel that can be as structured or as spontaneous as you wish. The crux is to approach it with a heart open to the divine presence, a mind receptive to divine guidance. So, how can we incorporate late morning prayer into our daily routines? Firstly, you need to determine a time that suits you best. This could be after you have had breakfast and are ready to start your day, before diving headfirst into your work, or perhaps during a mid-morning break as a moment of respite. The essential thing is to find a time when you can be quiet, focused, and undisturbed. It's not about clock watching or trying to squeeze God into your schedule. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's about consciously making space for God in your day, about dedicating a portion of your time to connecting with the divine. It's less about finding the time and more about making the time. Next, find a place that aids your concentration. This could be a quiet corner of your home, a nearby park, or even your office cubicle. The place doesn't have to be grandiose or elaborate, but it should be a space where you feel comfortable and can focus without distractions. A space where you can immerse yourself in the calmness of your thoughts and the tranquility of your soul. Now, let's talk about the structure of your prayer. You could begin with a moment of silence, allowing yourself to settle and become aware of God's presence. This moment of silence can be a powerful tool to connect with the divine, to feel the divine presence enveloping you. You might then choose to read a passage from the Bible, meditating on the words and their significance. This could be followed by a time of personal prayer, an intimate moment where you express your thoughts, feelings, and desires to God. You might end with a moment of silence, or a spoken Amen, signifying your readiness to carry the divine presence into the rest of your day. But what happens when words fail you? What if you sit down to pray and find yourself at a loss for words? Remember, prayer is not a performance, it's a conversation, a relationship. If words fail you, simply sit in silence, be present, be open. Let your silence, your very being, become your prayer. And what about those days when life seems like a whirlwind? When even a late morning prayer seems like a far-fetched idea? On such days, remember that prayer is not confined to a set time or place. You can pray as you commute, as you work, as you interact with others. You can make your entire day a prayer by striving to be aware of the divine presence in all that you do. Late morning prayer can positively influence your day in a myriad of ways. It can provide a moment of peace amidst the chaos, a time to recharge and refocus. It can help you to cultivate a sense of gratitude, to recognize the blessings in your life. It can guide your actions, aligning them with God's will. And perhaps most importantly, it can deepen your relationship with God, fostering a sense of divine companionship that permeates your day. When it comes to effective prayer, several tips can help. Be honest and open in your conversation with God. Be attentive to the movements of your heart. Be patient, knowing that prayer is a journey, not a destination. And be persistent, knowing that every effort to connect with the divine is a step towards a richer, more fulfilling spiritual life. Late morning prayer is a versatile, adaptable practice that can be woven into the fabric of our daily lives. It's not just a historical practice. It's a powerful tool for spiritual enrichment. It's a means of cultivating a deeper relationship with God, of aligning our lives with divine will, and of finding peace amidst the chaos of our modern world. The practice of late morning prayer is not just in history. It has evolved over the centuries, acquiring new depths and dimensions. It has proven to be a powerful tool for spiritual enrichment, for personal growth, and for enhancing our understanding of the divine. Whether you're new to prayer or seeking to deepen your existing practice, I encourage you to explore the potential of late morning prayer. Take that step. Make that start and discover for yourself the transformative power of connecting with the divine in the heart of your day. Let's hear from some of our community members about their experiences with late morning prayer. Our first story comes from Sarah, a mother of 3 living in the bustling city of Manchester. Sarah is a devoted mother with a heart full of love for her children. Despite the joy of motherhood, Sarah often felt submerged in the vast ocean of responsibilities that came with raising 3 young souls. Every day felt like a battle against the powerful waves of chores, errands and duties, all demanding her attention and energy. She would often lay her head down at night, utterly exhausted, feeling as though she were barely keeping her head above water in the turbulent sea of her life. Then, as if by divine intervention, Sarah discovered the practice of late morning prayer. She began to carve out a sacred pause in the middle of her chaotic day, a quiet moment to connect with the divine. This simple act of devotion, she shares, changed her life in ways she never could have imagined. The chaos around me didn't vanish, Sarah confesses, but I found a strange sense of calm within myself that I hadn't known before. It's like I found an anchor amidst my stormy sea. Next, we are privileged to hear from David, a diligent university student hailing from the historical city of Bristol. Every day, David found himself trying to balance a precarious tower of academics, social life, and a part-time job. He was living on a knife's edge, constantly on the verge of being overwhelmed by the relentless demands of university life. His days were a blur of lectures, assignments, social commitments, and job responsibilities. But when David discovered the practice of late morning prayer, he found an unexpected source of balance amidst his dizzying daily routine. The sacred act of prayer in the late morning became his oasis of tranquility, a peaceful lull in the cacophony of his demanding schedule. It became a moment for him to recharge his spirit, refocus his mind, and prepare himself to face the rest of the day with renewed vigor. This time of devotion swiftly became an integral part of David's daily life, a ritual he now considers indispensable. The third testimony we'll delve into is from Grace, a retired teacher from the vibrant city of London. Grace had dedicated over 30 years of her life to nurturing young minds, contributing to society by shaping its future. But when she retired, she suddenly found herself adrift in a sea of aimlessness. The routine that had defined her life for 3 decades had abruptly come to an end. However, when Grace began practicing late morning prayer, she had a new purpose in life. This sacred time of prayer became the compass that guided her through her retirement. It was a moment of connection, not just with the divine, but also with her own self. Through prayer, Grace found a sense of peace and contentment that had evaded her for a long time. Hailing from the industrious city of Birmingham, Thomas is a businessman who found solace in the practice of late morning prayer. Running a business, as Thomas quips, is akin to being strapped to a roller coaster. There are exhilarating highs when everything goes according to the plan, but there are also terrifying lows when business lags. Amidst this constant flux, it's all too easy to lose oneself. But late morning prayer gave Thomas the grounding force he needed. It served as a reminder of the constant, unchanging divine presence amidst the tumult of business. It reminded him that he was more than just a businessman. He was a spiritual being living a human experience. Lastly, we have Anna, a compassionate nurse from the city of Leeds. Every day, Anna comes face to face with human suffering. The physical pain, emotional traumas, and heartbreaking stories she encounters in her line of work can be draining. Yet through late morning prayer, Anna found a sanctuary amidst the despair. Each of these individuals found solace, peace, and purpose through late morning prayer. Their experiences echo the thousands of others who have found a profound connection with the divine through late morning prayer. Found an anchor in her chaotic world, David discovered a moment of tranquility in his hectic schedule. Grace found new purpose in her retirement. Thomas discovered grounding force in his turbulent business, and Anna found a sanctuary in her emotionally taxing job. The power of late morning prayer not only transformed their lives, but also imbued them with a newfound sense of purpose. They found calm amidst chaos, serenity amidst turbulence, and a sense of direction amidst aimlessness. Each testimony is a shining beacon of hope, showing us the transformative power of prayer. It reminds us that it's never too late to connect with the divine, that a single moment of prayer can bring about a lifetime of change. It's a testament to the constant presence of the divine, always there, waiting for us to reach out, to connect, to find peace, and purpose in our lives. These stories are a testament to the transformative power of late morning prayer. As we reach the end of this enlightening journey, we trust you've managed to find a deeper, more profound understanding of the late morning prayer. Today's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. We've traversed through remarkable epochs of time, uncovering the historical roots of this sacred practice, intricately woven into the fabric of many cultures and civilizations. Observing how this humble act of devotion became an unshakable cornerstone of faith for countless individuals is a humbling experience and provides a testament to the unyielding, enduring power of prayer. In this exhilarating exploration, we've dived deep into the spiritual significance of late morning prayer. We discussed at length how this simple act of devotion serves an essential purpose, acting as a bridge connecting us to the divine. It nurtures a sense of peace and tranquility, fostering an environment of spiritual enrichment that can often be hard to find in our fast-paced modern world. Late morning prayer is a time to take a breath, to pause, to reflect on the miracles of life, and to establish a connection with the divine. It is a cherished moment of respite amidst the unending hustle and bustle of life. We've also taken the time to examine the practical applications of late morning prayer. It's essential to understand that it is not just a spiritual exercise, it serves practical purposes as well. It is an invaluable tool that helps us navigate the turbulent seas and the challenging landscapes of life. Whether we are seeking guidance in times of uncertainty, finding comfort in moments of despair, expressing gratitude for our blessings, or simply seeking a moment of calm amidst the storm, late morning prayer offers a myriad of benefits. Throughout our journey, we've heard moving testimonies from individuals whose lives have been positively impacted and thoroughly transformed by this practice. These stories serve as a powerful reminder of the transformative power of prayer. They remind us that no matter what we're going through, no matter how insurmountable the obstacles we face may seem, prayer can provide solace, strength, and hope. In the grand tapestry of life, each thread represents a moment, a thought, a prayer. When these threads are woven together, they tell an intricate story of faith, of resilience, and of unyielding hope. Late morning prayer is one such thread, a fundamental piece of our spiritual journey, a part of the larger narrative of our lives. So we encourage you with utmost sincerity to embrace this practice. Make it a part of your daily routine, a part of your spiritual journey. Let it be a beacon of hope in challenging times, a source of solace when you're feeling overwhelmed by the struggles of life, a channel for expressing gratitude, and a means of seeking divine guidance. As we draw this journey to a close, we'd like to extend a heartfelt invitation to you. Continue the journey with us as we delve deeper into the captivating world of faith and spirituality. There are so many more journeys awaiting us, so many more insights to uncover and explore. So do not hesitate. Come, join us on this remarkable journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring, enlightening content. Remember, it's never too late to connect with the divine through prayer.